serving up like 5,000 degrees.
Good morning, y'all. Y'all come on in, get situated, get set, get your coffee, your tea. Get your morning started, y'all. Good morning, everybody.
You're on it, and this ain't no time to be modest.
Tyler Hackney, good morning, brother.
We don't need a recipe. With that cream, baby, pour that sweet.
Elizabeth Lawrence and Melanie Dennis, good morning, y'all.
Baby, shade it. We can cook up, we can syrup when we hook up just you and
Nat A, Chronos and a Heart, good morning. Nat A, Nicole Howe, good morning. Limsha. That's right, y'all. It's me on your screen rocking y'all until Like It or Not comes through. So y'all make sure y'all stay tuned. Get your coffee, your tea. Enjoy these good jams on this good-ass Friday morning. Good morning, everybody. Welcome. Y'all come on in and get situated.
we can cook up, we can stir up when we hook up just you and me with that cream.
Good morning, Uncle Andy. Good morning. Promises manifested. Good morning, y'all.
Cook up, we can syrup when we hook up just you and me. With that cream, with that cream. Super better with that cream. We can cook up, we can syrup when we hook up just you and me. With that cream, with that cream.
Patricia, good morning. Brother Tiger, good morning. Roller Dragon, good morning. Who said that, Mama? Promises manifested. I appreciate you. Good morning. Kevin Eller, good morning.
You can't break my focus. All I got right now is attention. Give me the divine intervention. Hey, you done got me started.
Mara Sharice, good morning, brother. Infinite Content, good morning. Yes, Mara, we are live. Getting y'all started with your boy first. Tell me whether they like it or not, so y'all stay tuned.
Watch me rise. No more anchors holding me down. All I need
Like I already know how you feel, sir. I know how you feel.
One more minute, one more chance for me to win it. Yeah, every time I dream, I catch it. I know how to make it happen. One more. Climbing every mountain. Keep both eyes on the top. Nothing's gonna tell me to stop.
Mars Sharice, I wish it was payday for me. Y'all go ahead and send something my way, though. DJ XXXclusive, catch up with them. Good morning.
Burning underneath of my feet. Ooh, she call me crazy, tell me lies. It won't stop me, watch me rise. No more anchors holding me down. 'Cause all I need is more. One more hour, one more minute, one more chance for me to win it. Yeah, one more. Every time I dream, I catch it. I know how to make it happen. One more.
Good morning, brother Chuck.
I'll put on a tight show. You sure you can handle? We be faster than Django.
Good morning, Mama and Daddy. Good morning, Mama and Daddy. Love y'all.
So salty, I'll still think about it.
We can take my Lambo. I'll put on a tight show. You sure you can handle? We be faster than Django.
Can't stop, won't stop. I can't stop, won't stop. I can't stop, won't stop. Can't stop.
Can't stop, won't stop. Can't stop, won't stop. Can't stop, won't
Hollywood, good morning to you. Good morning, y'all. Y'all make sure y'all stay tuned. Like it or not, it's starting soon.
You sure you can handle? Okay. We can take my limb back. I'll put on a tight jacket. You sure
Ooh,
you can handle?
nephew Kane, what you going to do over there? Stephanie Rampley, good morning to you. Happy Friday.
Can't stop, won't stop. I can't stop, won't stop. I can't stop, won't stop. Can't stop.
Can't stop, won't stop. Can't stop, won't stop. Can't stop, won't stop. Can't stop. Can't stop.
You wanna be a bad yeah, you do. Do you wanna taste sweet salvation underneath the summer moon? Do you need another hand now?
Patricia Colombo, right. That's got to be the worst. Once you wake up and then you have sleep and you step in it, oh no,
Down in the city, there's a place that never sleeps. You can see it all up past 57th Street. Music is hot and the drinking there is free. It'll turn you upside down before you count to three. You're looking for a helping hand. You need a friendly face. Feeling good, you can barely stand.
Laura Strapper, good morning. Y'all make sure y'all stay tuned, man. Hey, and if you have not joined yet, patreon.com/patreon.com/the BDG show. Get access to the Patreon party, the exclusive content, some mixes, all of that good stuff, man. So go on ahead, join patreon.com/patreon.com/the show. Maybe the next Patreon party is next week. Don't want to miss it. Still trying to think of what the theme is going to be, so we'll let you know. We'll see. We'll work it. We'll let you know. Okay, y'all stay tuned. Lily, good morning. I know y'all missed the sound so much, but we back, y'all. Cat Givens, I appreciate you. Thank you so much for that. Pioneer, good morning.
You need a friendly face. Feeling good, you can barely stand. You're falling all over the place. You're looking for a helping hand. You need a friendly face. Feeling good, you can barely stand. You're falling all over the place.
Amber Layla, good morning.
You want it, they got it, they found it, you bought it. Ow. Go see Miss Johnson down Columbus Avenue. Columbus Avenue.
Angela Lamont, good morning.
All these just wanna be a mini me. 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 All these just wanna be a mini me.
Andy, that's good for your teeth. What? I'm okay. Dark chocolate candy? Ew. Sunny Wright, good morning.
We don't even know you. Your hometown, we don't need go to. Trying to get it worldwide. Global, looking like a show. You been killing this is go to. Spiller, the whole man killer. Life so free, can't no man kill 'em. Came from the bottom, was a broke man girl. Still move like Tim Man with no found window. In me, I get hectic. I survive through the wreckage. She go look for the exit. New sheriff in town, I get a little reckless. Missed the memo, go check the message. I hate then came back for seconds. I hate seeing your fake little necklace. Lifestyle decrepit, I should probably expect this. Too much game for your league. I'm Hussein with Steve, I'm Hussein on beats. Legendary on everything you aim to be.
Jesse Camaro, good morning. Anna Loom, good morning. Benjamin Dixon, good morning, brother.
All these just wanna be a mini me. All these just wanna be a mini me. Friend me, enemy. All these just wanna be a mini me. All these just wanna be a mini me. All these just wanna be a mini me. wanna be a mini me. These niggas just wanna be a mini me. These niggas just wanna be a mini me. You make fun of me, mini me. These niggas just wanna be a mini me. These niggas just wanna be a mini me. These niggas just wanna be a mini me. Somewhere on the sea, it got a little longer, so it's easy.
Dragon, good morning to you.
I burned out, so to speak.
Terry, Stacy, good morning.
I feel a little light in the light track. I felt a bit of bad, but I came back. There's still a little light in the light track. There's still a bit of good, so good. And I know just what to say. And I know just what to do. And I'm so sick of pain. But it's all too quick with you.
Peter Griffin, good morning.
And I know you're the safest the rules in my mind can't find the words. No, I can't see.
Good old lounge jams. Get your morning going.
Take time and choose whether we green or yellow, whether we deep or shallow. Please, we know, 'cause we're about to lose. Whether we
Alicia, good morning, Alicia. How you doing?
sometimes
Sylvia Jones, happy Friday to you as well.
you want a little bit of gasoline. I burned out, so to speak. Come a little closer. Here's some disclosure. Do you mind to quit your pretending? Truth or false, the shit never ending. Hear me now and stop condescending. You see, I'm begging you, hear me beg. If you're sick for love, don't try to hide it. Find it deep inside and try to hide it. If there's a way, I wanna know we tried it. Quit your games and now that you denied it. Losing this game, I can't afford to be losing this game. And I know you're the safest bet. The rules in my mind can't find the words. No, I can't seem to find what I'm really trying to get. She's got a million things to do today, and you know she's gonna do them.
Shout out MXB. What's going on? Be good to you.
She's got a million problems on her plate, and you know she's gonna do them.
Amber Layla, thank you for your super chat. Amber says, happy Friday to the entire Like It or Not team. Thank you, Amber. Good morning, y'all.
Yeah, and yeah, she does it in such self-effort. Yeah. Don't matter what is standing in her way, 'cause you know she's getting through it. So don't despair. She's got what you want. She's got what you need. You know she's got it.
I need to get MXB on this remix to Like It or Not, though.
So boy, don't you cry. Leave all your worries behind. Just come to mama. Come on. Just come to mama. She'll take care of all of your drama.
Hey, man, we have some talented ass people. When I tell y'all some talented mofos, as they say, talented from artists, musicians, man, everything. Y'all all over the place. And I love it, y'all. I love it. Shout out to y'all, man. I appreciate y'all.
Wanna be a knight, you better prove your loyalty. You better listen to me.
Man, I ain't here.
She's got what you want.
Laura Strada, thank you for your super chat. Laura says,
You know she's
Lisa Noel, and your thoughts compared. She is going through some really painful times and she needs our love. Y'all make sure y'all lift our sister Lisa Noel up, all right? Lisa Noel, we love you, we mean it, okay? We miss you, sister. If you need anything, reach out to us. You know we got you.
Just come to mama. She'll take care of all of your drama.
Shout out Brother Lateef. Good morning, brother.
Just come to mama.
It's Ronnie on the line. Yeah, I know she's stressed, but I gotta say that makes me even more impressed. Cause she chuckles at all and does it lovingly. And on top of it all, she keeps on loving me. Her eyes, her lips are my desire. She sways her hips and I'm on fire. Yeah, I love her from every angle, but I don't wanna tell her a thing.
Just come to mama. Come on. Just come to mama. She'll take care of all of your drama.
Sound Song Dragon. Good morning. No worries. You're just on time. All right, real quick, y'all, while we got a few minutes, we are going to go ahead and get our new patrons read off here. Let me get my next she's gonna make it all right. That end part for me is everything. All right, y'all, new Twitch subscribers, new patrons as well, too. We have Buster G, Michael M. We appreciate y'all. Henry K increased their pledge. Justin S increased their pledge. New Twitch subscribers, we have Postal Winch. Postal Winch, who is a new subscribe, welcome. Soy Duffy resubscribed, and they've been subscribed for 2 months. Anthropologist out there resubscribed. That Dynamic Dreamer, love that name, has resubscribed. Zivis X gifted a subscription to Shotgun Shelbs and Lisa again, be messing these up. Jay Putnam gifted 5 community subscriptions. The Chicken Fried Dragon gifted a subscription to Demesh, Fastest Killer, Waxing Philosophical, D. Philippa, that's all I said. Dilfpot at first. Progressive J Log, 6 Stones, Dark N8V, and Hippie Mama of 2. All right, Hippie Mama of 2. And also DRB Win, rated with the party of 7. Once again, y'all, if you have not already, patreon.com/psychedonot, patreon.com/psychedonot, or patreon.com/the BPD show, and become a member of the Patreon. Y'all know you want to do it. In the meantime, in the between time, let's go ahead and drop a jam by my brother Nick Eden. Yeah, y'all know the sound. Y'all know the beat. Wherever you are right now, get your coffee, your tea, get your ass on your feet, and get that slow jam going on. Let's go, y'all.
I'm just a man, I make mistakes. You know that I ain't perfect. I know the days have come when you don't think that it's all worth it. Just know I'm trying to make it.
We have some talented viewers, man. MXB, Nick Eden, the church lady. Let's not forget the church lady, man. I love all of y'all together.
Just give me a chance, cause I'm a better man. And I know that though I messed up, I just need for you to see this opportunity to see where we could be. Baby, please chill. Start a family, have a whole lot of screaming kids.
Shout out, brother KFC. What's going on, Kev? Kronos, good morning.
We can't win. Please believe in me, baby. We can take over the world. Just you and me, cause you're my favorite.
I had to pause the track because I just had a bomb ass idea. The Like It or Not, like mega mix with MXB on it, Nick Eden, the church lady, me, Rebecca, Ben might get a verse, and Dwayne gonna come in there rapping. Man, that'll be some dope ass song. We gonna make it happen.
Girl, now baby, take a minute. Let me get up in your mental so I can show you places, things, and faces. It's essential for us to be the best, to take the test that lovers have to. Just let me prove my love will rise above. So may I have this dance? Just give me a chance, cause I'm a better man, and I know that though I'm best for you to see this opportunity to see how we could be. Baby, please chill. Start a family, have a whole lot of screaming kids.
My mama say, but don't forget David. David gonna drop some pop tunes in there. David got some hip hop in him though. I know he do.
Baby, we can take over the world. Yeah. Just you and me, cause you're my favorite girl. Start a family, have a whole lot of screaming kids. Yeah. Just you and me, ain't nothing that we can't win. Please believe in me, baby, we can take over the world. Yeah. Just you and me, cause you're my favorite girl. Let's settle down, just me and you. That's what I wanna do. Let's settle down.
That's what I want.
And I know you want it too. Let's chill. Start a family. Have a whole lot of screaming kids. Let's chill. Baby, you and me ain't nothing that we can't win.
Hey, Dwayne.
Just believe in
You there?
Baby, we can take over the world.
It's like calling the voice guy. Hey, Dwayne, you there?
You're my favorite girl.
Hey, man. I ate a clock the other day. It was very time consuming. That's what you get. Hey man, y'all stay tuned. We are waiting for our sister from another mister to come on through. But while we are waiting, we're gonna go ahead and light it up. And before we light it up, the pony couldn't sing because it was a little hoarse. Oh man, I swear I cracked myself up. Afraid not. Good morning. Terry Stacy, good morning. Six Dragon Daddy, what's going on, sir? Good morning to you.
Yeah, look, I'm in line with the stars, I'm in sync with the earth. 10 toes deep, flower child from the turf. I never switch sides, like even when I die, I'ma ride for the squad, let her ties in the hearse. I've been on the vibe, kinda hard to describe. I'm in between, I'm good and it's fine, but I'm tired of the grind. Then I come
1 a.m.
alive in the night to realize I'm in the middle of the time of my life. I never so packed for the stack, never lied on the rap, got a bag from the way that I write it. Queen looking Tyson, do that ass survive.
Noble Savage, good morning. Noble Savage, this is David Rusan featuring Tilden Park.
Still let that hate stuff fade. We all want the same. We all want a meal in the safe. I want to live like I'm trying to get lightning. Trail spill from my lips, feel bent from the bip. Take a sip till I pass out. Try and get grip, but it don't make sense. Cause you can lose life on this fast route. Yeah, turn thoughts to a cash cow. I might flip that to the glass house. I don't need the accolades, I'm in love with the chase. I just wanna eat, save a spot at the table. Beats with the slap, pin myself on the map. Long with the
It's called Earth. Light it up, Noble. Earth, light it up.
At the flat. To be real, couldn't see me making moves while I'm at. I'm still on the grind, limit time when I chat. Burning down sage.
Susan Brotherly, yes. They left me to my own devices once again.
From the glass in the mirror, do it at me, old man, trying to pass in the fear. You're the first one to talk, but
Shamar Wood, good morning, good morning.
But I couldn't see that, and he cleared down. Start to feel like I'm on one. Settle in, I'll be here for the long
Shout out to our brother Benjamin Dixon, who was in the chat room. He was also sitting there drive-through and getting breakfast for the family. He better bring my ass something to eat, or I will cut the stream. No, I'm just playing. Shout out, Ben. Good morning, brother Ben. Good morning, family.
Here to light it up, lighten up. Hear him talking, they ain't right enough, tighten up. Everything that I came for, I left with. I don't bang sets, I just bang on the set list. Going past up when I came.
Promises Manifested said, Bubba, did you ever get what happened to the thief who stole the calendar? Promises Manifested, no, I didn't. What happened? And man, if y'all have not seen the video yet, make sure y'all see the video for this. The video is pretty damn dope. That's right, Like It or Not, with DJ Exclusive on the Benjamin Dixon channel. But it's the James Bubba Williams channel today for the next hour and a half. He got 12 months, man. Oh my God. I apologize to everybody for everything that I put you through with my dad jokes. No, I ain't.
Place my uncle Mark Quayle.
And a heart. Yes, you may, girl. I ain't gonna never turn down the 10, girl. Yeah. DJ Exclusive at gmail.com. That's 3 X's with DJ Exclusive. So DJ XXXclusive at gmail.com.
So you gonna shoot a brother in the back? Black mother at a doorstep. Impale a brother on a tall fence. Another brother shakes.
Shout out Jam Tune. Shout out everybody that is on Twitch, Twitter, YouTube, Facebook, wherever you streaming from. Good morning, y'all. Sylvia Jones, did I get it? When did you sing it, Sylvia? If I did, I want to say yes and thank you so much. I greatly appreciate you.
Breaking in the beats, he's got his hands up. He's innocent. He didn't do it. Why my people gotta die? Ain't shit changed since we been colonized. We got land rights, professor treaty inside, and we still gotta fight to stop us keep taking lives. I'm sick of it. Sick of being traumatized, scrolling down my timeline, see we lost another life. It's ridiculous. I wanna heal as a nation, but these ignorant dummies got me losing my patience, but we still fight. Hold your feet, son.
Postboy, let me find out that you rap, man. And Postboy, if you do, man, send me some stuff my way. DJX3C.ENT at gmail.com. Send me some stuff, man.
Just fucking lights, red and blue, flashing by tricks playing in my mind. I'm out here trying to live it right, wondering if I die tonight. It's heavy how we living, but we living our way. Ready for the day in Miami, we pray. I pray that a smoke gear don't stay safe, and I hope that our babies get to see better days. Questioning if anything's ever gonna change. Locked in my cell and it smells real strange. Locked in my mind, but my brain ain't caged. I'll never simulate, I'm a proud Dubai. It's what's about me to get the picture. If you don't stand with blacks, no, I ain't rocking with ya. Black lives matter.
And the person that hit the thumbs down button.
Our lives matter.
Yo mama.
I got blood on their hands.
Yo, the thumbs down me. You son of a beast. You. That's all right, though. Y'all know what time it is. It's time for the sleeves. Rebecca Zor has pulled up somewhere. And in the background as she pulls up, this is all she hears.
Yeah. Y'all know what time it is. Good morning, y'all. Get your coffee, your tea, your drink, whatever it is you need. It's time for Like It or Not.
I'm gonna do this live one day.
9 a.m. to 10:30, yeah. Like It or Not is on your channel, yeah. Politics and culture, it's we change skin like we're supposed to, yeah. Interviews and all the news we get to.
Wait, Dwayne, do you have Rebecca?
Like It or Not with Queen Azor. It's starting now, so stick around. Like it or not.
Oh, that's good. That's perfect.
Like it or not, y'all stick around. Oh, Rebecca Azor is coming through. You know she got a good story for you. Oh, Benjamin, that's my dog. This is his show. He's a politics bro. I am your DJ. DJ Exclusive. Y'all know who I am.
What I say?
I stay dropping them jams. Like it or not, it's going down. Like it or not, y'all stick around. Oh, like it or not, it's starting now. Like it or not, this is about to go down.
Like It or Not with Benjamin Dixon starts now.
Good morning, good morning, good morning.
Good morning, and welcome to Like It or Not, where we're free to tell the truth
and not care who doesn't like it. Look at that girl over there.
Good morning, y'all. Today is Friday. Listen, October 15th. It is 9-something.
9-something.
Times that we come on the screen. And Ben is not here with us. He is taking the day off, but you got me. You got Bubba. You got Rebecca. You know what I'm saying? So
girl, I ain't had that in a minute.
This show is going to be out of control. So do not send emails. Do not send texts. Do not send red flags. Okay. It's gonna be a very interesting show. But no, good morning. Good morning. How are you, Bubba? How are you doing today?
I'm doing pretty good. How about you?
I'm doing okay. We had these 2 days off, so I was just like, is we having the whole week off? But that was wishful thinking. I'm happy to be here with you guys. Like I've missed the show. Like I'm like, dang, what do I do in the mornings? You know?
Exactly.
But it was good. I know that you were having some stress with your job. So,
yes, because I was just about to say, I'll tell you one thing that I'm going to do on these 2 days that I had off. Log in early. That one going to damn happen. So I just let that crap just stay right there and look. And somebody sent the email the other day while I'm having my nice little morning poop and I'm looking at the phone, just getting my work email. I'm just like, oh, no, I got time. Let me go ahead and respond to this.
Did you say morning poop?
I did, girl.
Lord, you let me slide like we was on the phone. Like, yo, I'll have my nice little morning poop or whatever. Listen.
Y'all don't act. Y'all know y'all get up in the morning. That main morning poop that get your day started. You do. It's okay. We can talk about it.
I'm more of a morning peer, but that's just that's just me. That's just me. But we have a lot going on in the news. Do we? I don't really know. But I just want to start with something. And because you're an HBCU grad and I'm an HBCU grad, that's what I'm going to start with. I'm going to start with that on today. There's a former Nike designer who is going to reopen an HBCU. And I thought that was a really good. I thought that was a really, really good story because there's so much happening with HBCUs right now. We know that in recent news, a lot of funding has been cut from HBCUs, which were promised, although we have an HBCU grad as well who is in the White House, who we don't see much, but Kamala, who is out in the White House. But I thought that the White House would be more supportive of HBCU efforts and growing HBCUs, but we've seen that in recent days, and I don't have those exact numbers, but we see in the recent days, and David, if you can grab that for me, that they've cut funding for our schools. And I say our schools because we both graduated from HBCUs, but
right.
But now we're hearing news, about a former Nike designer who plans to reopen an HBCU out in Michigan. And I love that because it's Michigan's only HBCU. So it was closed down at one time. So I thought that was really, really good, a really good story. So I love that there's a increase in HBCU enrollment. And I think it's a lot of because of we are here on social media and they get to really see what it's like to be unapologetically Black and just learning and being brought up by so much of that. But to the story, child, the Lewis College of Business was founded in 1928 by Violet T. Lewis in Indiana as a secretarial school for Black women. The school relocated into Detroit, Michigan in 1939 and operated in the city for nearly 75 years before it shut its doors in 2013. Now, former Nike and Air Jordan designer Dr. Dwayne Edwards seeks to reopen the historic university and has found support from retailers like Target and the Gilbert Family Foundation. 82 years later, y'all. 82 years later and 14 years since it's lost its accreditation as an HBCU. I am honored to be resurrecting Violet T. Lewis's legacy in Detroit, said Dr. Edwards. Edwards is the founder of Pensole, a footwear design academy based in Portland, Oregon. The resurrection of the Lewis College of Business will change the name to Pensole Lewis College of Business and Design, or PLC. The school is also partnering with the College of Creative Studies. I think this is great because it's It's the only HBCU, right, in Michigan, and it was closed down. And I'm pretty sure, of course, like we just read, it was due to no funding. How many years?
Yeah.
That's a lot of time. I couldn't even imagine FAMU. I mean, we had, our accreditation issues at one time, but that was just very brief. But I couldn't even imagine FAMU not being. I couldn't imagine FAMU not even being where it is today. I could not imagine that. Could you imagine BCC, now BCU, not being something that like little dot in the land in Daytona?
It happened damn near like a couple of years ago because we lost our accreditation. When I tell you, they started cutting all kind of funding, and so at one point it looked like that school wasn't going to happen. Then all of a sudden, the money started coming in because you know what? I ain't gonna say that on this channel. We ain't gonna give people the time of day and give them that benefit of the doubt. But there always them people
conversation.
Exactly. There's always people out there that just want more than what they need and trying to take advantage. But we still got it back. We were put on probation, but now we're done with probation. So we got our accreditation back. But I'm just glad that it's not a Morris Brown situation.
Where they're shutting down schools. Listen, a lot of these schools, I feel like when they do get into the issue of losing their accreditation or things like that, I feel like that's not uncommon for PWIs to be, if they were to say, okay, HBCU is losing its accreditation because so and so and so. It's losing their funding because so and so and so. Other than issues like hazing and stuff. But when they say those things, PWIs have these same issues, but you never hear them say, hey, you never see that make news. Hey, this PWI is losing its funding. I'm not talking about online schools that's coming out of nowhere and just dropping online and just like, hey, we're a school. I'm talking about actual historic PWIs. You don't hear those issues with them because they are pretty much safe. But us, who went to these historically Black universities and colleges and universities, we have all shared stories or no stories surrounding our university's history. At one point, the schools have been, possibly may have shut down, or the schools have been defunded or lost its accreditation. That always makes the news. And I almost want to say that in those times, it's because they want HBCUs to still look like they're so needy and they aren't deserving and they're at the bottom of the totem pole. I remember when I applied to my HBCU being Florida A&M University, the prestigious, I heard somebody pronounce the word prestigious, the prestigious university sitting on the highest of Seven Hills in Tallahassee, Florida. But when I chose my school, I was actually... When I chose my school on Martin Luther King Boulevard, they told me I can't go to that school. I shouldn't go to that school because the school was losing its accreditation at the time, or it was in limbo of losing its accreditation at the time. There's no leadership. And this was from a white person. And they were saying, a white counselor at my high school, they were saying, this is what's going to happen. This is what's going to happen. You shouldn't go. Check out this local school, this community college. I was like, community college? Do you see my grades? Like, do you know who I am? Do you see all the extracurricular activities I have done? And no offense to no community college, because I know friends who have graduated from those and things like that. But I'm Haitian. Okay, my parents literally didn't even know what a community college was. All they knew is college, université. That is it, right? So when I went to these tours and I went to go check out all these colleges, and because we were a Black group of kids at the time, and we were the only ones being taken on the tour from this Black group that we created at our high school, and when we were taking on the tours, FAMU was the only school. BCC also gave us love. FLOMO too. All these HBCUs, when we went on the tour, gave us love. But when we went to the PWIs, they really thought we wanted to go to their sports area. FSU took us to their the middle of their football fields, and that's all we did. FAMU planned a whole day of classes for us. They started us off with breakfast. Yes, they started us off with breakfast. They literally put us on the set to have a good time for a little bit. Then they made us do every single class. We went to every class for the whole day. And then they did like this dinner and this welcome for us. It was just a nice moment. And then they told us, when you come here, we're not going to be responsible for you, but we're going to be pushing you to grow. We're going to help you guys grow up. And I was like, oh my God, this is the school for me. This is the school for me. And it was the best decision that I can honestly say that I ever made in my lifetime. That is one of the best, if not the best decision that I've made in my lifetime. And that's to go to an HBCU.
And girl, when I tell you, I remember in high school, we did a college trip, but we only toured HBCUs, and that's it. And when I tell you, it was the most wonderful thing. It was the most beautifulest thing ever. Okay, damn it, it's okay. But we went to Howard, Hampton, I think Norfolk State. And of course, a couple of schools here in Atlanta, but like just the chance to see all this blackness and all these people, I was like, oh yeah, I'm living for this. I never had a chance to experience my PWI until I did an internship at Disney World, the Disney intern, the college program. And I'm like, oh, this must be going to a white school must feel like, because it was terrible. But Dr. Edwards, though, it's dope as hell because the creator of Air Jordans, that man got money.
He about to drop something nice on that school. They thought that was going to be... Let me tell you something. I love when they drop money. And also, I just dropped something in the thread. Can we play that video? I think this would be great for this particular moment that we're talking about. And yes, Dwayne, you never have to ask. You can always join the conversation. But I really believe that, and I know that people are watching right now and they're wondering why we're talking about HBCUs. I know every time we mention HBCUs, they're like, okay, what are HBCUs? Things like that. HBCU is an historical Black college or university, and they are so amazing. And if ever, I'm not saying force your kid to do so, because I'm forcing mine when I have them, but I'm not saying force your kid to do so, but that is such an experience to go to. I ended up co-oping at FSU for dance. I danced at FAMU and I danced at FSU, not stripping. We didn't have OnlyFans at the time. I actually was part of contemporary dance theater. And it was great. I had a teacher my dance teacher who was actually part of Alvin Ailey, who worked across the way, but we had a dance studio at FAMU that was just created. And that's what it was. If you would go to the one at FSU, no offense, but when you went to the one at FAMU, it just was something about it. It was ancestral. Right. It was Black as hell. I loved it. It was like we would literally train in the morning to like 1,000 kisses from you. It's never, because when you went to an HBCU, you got to play the cleanup house music. You know what I'm saying? Yep. At the HBCUs on the set and stuff before you get to the twerk. But yeah, I don't know. I'm really excited about HBCUs, and I don't like what our government is doing right now to HBCUs. I don't like it because they're cutting funding from the schools in large numbers, and we have this.
So they're not cutting the funding.
They're not cutting the funding.
No, it's just that the proposal in the budget for the increase is getting cut. So the proposed increase will be lower than what they wanted it to be, is what the expectations are, but it won't be less than it currently is.
So I literally read this whole thread, and I need to find it, where the guy broke it down that language that you just said, it's like it's cover up for them cutting funding, because he did break down how, and I got to find it so I can send it to you guys. He did break down through the thread how right before our eyes, when we weren't even looking, how funding was being taken away. But he did say what you said, though. That was like one of the first parts of it. But then he did like the whole thread about how funding was being cut. So I'll find it so we can back it up. And
we got to get Noah back, because I missed part of what she was saying, but on Wednesday she was breaking it down too, and she was saying that it's causing a lot of confusion.
Yeah, it is. So the confusion, I guess the guy was trying to clear it up in his thread. He was saying, yes, there has been funding that has been cut, but what it's looking like right now is that the numbers were just not what were promised, but there's still going to be funding. It's just not going to be what was promised to HBCUs. But they're saying that funding has actually already been cut, but we just didn't notice because of all the other things that have been in the news. But we'll get to that. And shout out to Anoa, who was here to break it down. Because, honey, I didn't catch it, but I'm pretty sure that she was able to break it down. But play this clip, Dwayne. This is a great clip, and it's going to give you some HBCU pride. I think you
doesn't have it yet. I have to edit it for our
man.
new
Look,
setup.
when it comes to fundraising, you know you got to talk to somebody from A&T.
I take it.
G-Ho's around the corner. We need to talk ASAP.
I get it. A&T, G-Ho is a lot of abbreviations. Point is, this is about FAMU. All right, brother. Hey, you know what? Let me hit you back.
Hey, yo, Will.
Envy?
FAMU is cool and all, but you know we do this at Hampton University. We call it the real HU.
First of all, when you start talking about real HU, you piss off them Howard people. So I don't want
Hampton.
Taraji?
Are you talking about the fake HU? Everybody knows that the alumni of the illustrious Howard University will raise the most money. HU, you know? Come on, Envy, get out of here with all of that. Get out of here with you talking.
Hey, yo, that's right.
This is about FAMU.
When it comes to HBCUs, there's Howard University, then there's everybody else. HU, you know?
Why are you so hype?
Yeah.
Diddy, you got an honorary degree. Okay, don't do that. You're doing the most.
Well, come on, stop that. You know what time it is. HU in the house, baby. Go back up.
Sam? Okay, don't cuss. If you don't cuss, I can use this in the video.
What the fuck you doing, man? Everybody knows there's only one HBCU that matters. The house. And nobody's gonna raise more money than we do.
I love that. So
I love it.
So me too. So what Will Packer is doing, he's helping raise money for HBCUs. He's coveting that. And I love that because Will Packer is doing so many new projects. And in everything he does, and Will Packer, if you guys don't know, is an award-winning, prestigious fellow that graduated from Florida A&M as well. He's created a lot of shows for the BETs, for the OWNs, and he's made movies. If you know, like with people like Kevin Hart, you know, he's a big influence on a lot of Black culture right now.
He did Girls Trip.
Girls Trip.
And
I think he's working with one of these love shows on one of these networks. He's just really out there, and he helps a lot of HBCUs. I love that he has the HBCU camaraderie, but I love that when they're taking away funding or having conversations about taking away funding or trying to hide the fact that they may be possibly taking away funding by using verbiage that may or may not be what it is, we have us who can give back. I remember when, who was it that donated what we have as the Orange Room when I first went to FAMU. And that's when the high class people who had money on their cards, on their FAMU cards to go eat more than just the regular lunch food. You would go there and meet up with friends and have a good old time and eat your food. But we had a lot of funding go into bringing the school to a beautiful, like just the look of the school, like just making sure that when people come, they see the excellence. And there were a lot of things that were donated, keeping the school in its historic value, but things that needed to be fixed, bringing back our law school, bringing back taking buildings that were closed down, revamping them. I just loved what was going on while I was on campus, and I was able to see the growth of it. And when I see the kids online taking pictures every day, I hate because I see that it's just getting so much. It looks so good when I look back at what's going on with FAMU because we're giving back. So
yeah, absolutely. That's how it is, Cookman. I guess I haven't been back in so long. When I went and finally graduated, got my degree, when I saw the school, like from when I was there to now, I was like, damn. I don't even remember this school. Still building the same stuff on this little piece of land. I'm like, can y'all please expand out and expand this campus? Child, no, it's still right here in the same little piece of land. God damn.
I thought you was about to say the school just expanding, doing something.
Girl, no.
You said, honey. You see, I don't want to come for your school now. You see that in the promo. They ain't mentioned BCU. They ain't because it got some work to do. They need some
we
funding
got nobody that came from there except what's his name? Steve. So the only thing I know, he worked with Tyler Perry now. Steve, dang, I can't remember the boy's last name.
Well,
That's it, child. We got athletes.
if you guys don't know about the HBCUs, definitely take a look at it. Definitely, white folks can go to HBCUs. One of my closest friends in J school was a white boy. Okay, and shouts out to him. He's doing really well with himself. And white people come to HBCUs and actually see the difference and understand why we are so proud. And when we say HBCUs, this is not one of those. This is not us saying that it's only Black schools that matter. We're saying Black schools matter. We're saying Black schools deserve funding. We're saying Black schools don't deserve to be closed down because they deserve to be closed down because they can't afford to keep the lights on. Yet they have really amazing students that come from those schools. So shout out to all of those schools and all the HBCUs. People who are interested in HBCUs, please take a look. Please get your kid to go to FAMU, but just take a look at all the other schools as well. HBCUs are where it's at, but
yes, indeed.
Next story. Look, next story.
next call.
Let's see what we're talking about. What was the there was a story that you said you wanted to chime in on, Dwayne. What was that story? Yeah, go ahead.
I'll turn my mic on it. I don't know how y'all had planned on bringing this in or whatever, but for those that don't know, John Gruden, the coach of the Raiders, was quit the other day because some emails came out where he was going on some racist, homophobic type rants. But the reason I wanted to chime in was because I'm a little angry. So when the story first came out, it was he got caught. It was one email he got caught with. He was talking about the president of the Players Association, DeMar Smith, and he had said in that email he was like he called him dumb Boris Smith has lips the size of Michelin tires.
Ooh.
So this is a black man he's talking about. So when that first came out,
Jesus Christ,
it was all cool. He came out, apologized. I'm not a racist. People was backing him up. It was all the talk on the sports shows was, he's not gonna get fired. He wasn't working for the league at the time. Blah 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 blah. More emails come out where he's talking about the commissioner. He's talking about women. Talking about the LGBTQ community.
Wow.
And then he was fired. So the reason that I'm a little angry is because when it first came out and he was just talking about a black man, everything was all good. And it kind of goes back to how the country, how mainstream society looks at black people. You can say whatever and it's cool. You get a pass. Yeah, it just made me angry. And it goes back to just as a disclaimer, these are my thoughts. These are not the Benjamin Dixon Show thoughts, but just relating it to all the other stuff we've seen over the last couple years. When there was the shooting of the salons in Atlanta, the Asian community came out strong. And 2 weeks later, there was anti-Asian hate bills. There was all of these things. Black people been getting shit on, been getting killed forever. Where them bills at? You know what I mean? It's partly I'm mad at the country and how we're seen, but I'm also mad at us as black people. We don't come together the way we need to force change. So that's it.
That's a lot. That's not just it. That's a lot because you said a lot of things. I think that's the first thing that I felt too when I heard about this whole situation and the fact that it took this one email from years ago. They were like, yeah. But when it started, these other marginalized groups started getting attacked the email started coming out about them. It's now, let's highlight. Now, one thing I think that people don't understand, and I think this is for there's a lot of situations that are coming out right now, including Dave Chappelle, all of that. A lot of people don't understand that marginalized groups also include, like, we're a marginalized people, right? And we are part of marginalized groups. Like Black folks is part of the LGBT, whatever. But when it's something just about Black folks only, like it's almost like, just another day, another ER, and that's it. Like nobody really cares, and that's it. But when it's other marginalized groups that people really picture, like LGBTQ and that trans people and all this can only be like white people or whatever, and they're just like marginalized and they're stressed and this and that. I don't know why that's a societal view, but that shouldn't be a societal norm. Like Black folks are also a part of this group. So when he was talking about them too, it like you talking about Black folks too. But I do understand though, Dwayne, when that Asian hate bill came out, it made me look at America crazy even more, right? Can that be possible? Yes, it can. When that Asian bill came out, when we have this Black Asian woman, Kamala Harris, who is in office, and she just said the week prior that America isn't racist, turns around and helps like literally catapult this Asian hate bill when Black folks have yet to have any bill at all that protects us, you know, at that level. And so, you know, and not to say that there should be any hate towards any marginalized groups, any minorities, any nothing, right? Because of your color, your sexuality, anything. But something about when it's Black folks, it's at the bottom of the important list. And and that's it's not a problem when it's Black folks.
Yeah. And
somebody said the best, we can't even get lynching outlawed because it's still not outlawed yet. Let's be honest.
And like you said, it's not to diminish the struggle of any other marginalized group. I know that I see people saying that the Asian crime bill, hate bill doesn't do anything. There was no bill, but it still got something done. You know, whether it was just for show or not. You know what I mean? It was a week later. It's actually, you know, things are happening. So
I get it. It's very stressful having to see this all the time, especially when it comes to us. And we see this in sports, right? We see this in with regular people at their regular jobs and how they function, right? We see when it's Black people have been treated like crap in these sports worlds. But now because like when this stuff comes out to the light in the email, I bet you on a regular day, nothing would have came of this. Like you said, nothing would have came of this. Not a thing would have come of this. It would have just been, he's suspended with pay. And he'll be in the background, literally still making money on his yacht after he just literally called the people that he represents or the people that he's supposed to be representing, these teams and these people that he's supposed to be leading, ERs, all kinds of names, derogatory stuff.
It wasn't going to be a thing at all. Like it was going to be no discipline. And these emails were from 7+ years ago. So how long? Like, they doing an investigation into Washington for something else, and it came out now. But people have known about these emails, known about who this man was for years. He still got a job, and to say like in the NFL where the majority of the players are Black, you making your money off of these off the backs of these Black guys, you know. But we can call the Players Association president, you know, say he got lips like Michelin tires, and that's cool.
Who says that? Like that just gives
who says that?
That is really racist. That means that's his family. If somebody's saying that, that means his whole family is like that old money racist, like, you know, like the big White House racist, you know, Savannah, Georgia.
Come on.
That is very disrespectful. Who pulls that up in an email 7 years ago talking about somebody got lips like Michelin tire? That is disrespectful. Like it's giving. He's probably. I don't like it. I don't like that there's so many places that are supposed to be represented. And this is when the diversity and inclusion comes out. Diversity and inclusion comes right in. Now we're going to see, a Black person all of a sudden working closely with him. His assistant may be Black now because he learned his lesson, and now he has a Black employee working close with him, so he can't be racist. There is no way that he can be racist. And this is why this is why I know that y'all, I don't want to work for no corporations. I don't want to work for these big people. I don't want to do that because they don't like us. They had to have no rules set in place for like when we're talked to in this way, unless what happens maybe takes over social media or it's about a marginalized group outside of a Black person. Like if the Black person is part of this marginalized group, but if that marginalized group, kind of like feminism, right? When Black women are saying, hey, we're being raped, we're being da-da-da-da, like the Me Too movement that was created by Tarana Burke, a Black woman. And when she was saying Me Too and about women being raped, it wasn't that much of a big deal. But I think it was when it was Rose McGowan, a white woman who brought it to light. And when they started talking about Harvey Weinstein, white women talking about Me Too, it became this big deal now. Now the situation is important. Now they're going out and going after people. So even in these movement spaces, we see that same thing. And it's just like, it's crazy when the marginalized group is also Black. We don't care about that. We don't really care about their issues. But when a white marginalized group or other marginalized group speaks out, they get protection. That's all I really have to say. Like, and then I'll leave you with this one. Immigration, right? We see how the Black immigrants were treated at the border. They're Black immigrants. So we saw that they're going to be on the bottom of the totem pole because when we think of immigration, we think, okay, Hispanics. We think of the recent people from, Afghanistan, Airbnb swept in, even though they do, not saying that they do not get mistreated. They get mistreated in this country. They look at anybody from the Middle East as terrorists when they come into this country. But we see the difference in how when the marginalized group is Black, what they get treated as. Go home. Do not come. That's what Kamala said, right? Do not come. They get whipped, and then, we're getting told that that's just protocol. That's how they do things. They're getting treated like slaves, right? That's what we see when these marginalized groups are also Black. It's crazy. They just don't get, it's like they deserve. That's just kind of how they do it. They deserve. And this is because we live in America. America, literally, who really got people believing that our skin color makes us inferior and we do not deserve any respect. I sound like this is some stuff from back in the day, but I'm literally speaking on things that are happening today. Just like you pointed out, Dwayne, these emails that came out from a minute ago, they would have never talked about that because it's normal. It's normal to talk about Black people that way. It's normal.
Yeah.
And that is sad. I'm tired of this country.
I'm sick of it. That's what we'll say. Sick of it.
Sick of it. What y'all gonna tell me? Go back to Haiti? Y'all over there messing it up too. It's just I'm tired. I am tired. I'm tired. I want to be able to say I'm proud to be an American, where at least I know I'm free. But I ain't free. We're not free. We are not free. I know if Dr. Carl Mack was here, he'd be like, now, we got to change the way we're thinking.
Hold on, Queen. Hold on, Queen.
Now, Queen is
Dr. Mack. Hold on, Queen. Hold on, Queen.
But I'm dead serious. With this kind of with America's leadership. And I ain't even talking about the president. I'm talking about even in other places, like people that own sports companies where we make them the most money, where we're making corporations the most money, where we're helping out so much of the world's growth. This country was built off of the back of Black slaves, right? Stolen from indigenous people, right? But yet, we're the furthest from being protected or being free or being treated with respect. It's I was going running on the mountain, Kennesaw Mountain. I go running there, and as I was running, I literally was looking at the monuments that they had there, and they were like, they had this monument or this particular glass window where they put shoes in it. And they said, these are the different shoes that you would see running through Kennesaw. And then it had the name of the tribe, or the group of people that lived there before, and they were indigenous people, and they had like Moroccan shoes or whatever, and they talked about how they were laced with leather. Then they had, listen guys, then they had the next shoe was the shoes that the people who fought war over that land, killed off the indigenous people, fought war to keep that land, and like, you know, their little boot, whatever, their booties. Then the last shoe, guys, was a white dad's running shoe on the people's land. That I was like, how y'all gonna steal this land and and talk about these are the important shoes that have ran this land? Y'all, the Moroccan is the only shoe that I care about, or that whatever the shoe was, that indigenous shoe that people used to. That's the only shoe that I care about. That's the only thing I want to know about. I want to know about the history that you stole from these people. That land, and the land also was said to be sacred. That land that I run on every day, it was said to be sacred, and at one point by the indigenous people. But yeah, I'm running on it for free. Just literally like, dang, this used to be something that indigenous people used to really have. Like this was their land. I'm just looking at the beauty of it, and I'm like, I get this for free. And then I saw another sign, a monument that said, "For state we fought, for country we died." I'm like, that wasn't even your land to die for. It just was not. And so I saw that they found little things. They said, if you find anything from any wars that have happened on this land, you will be fined if you take it. Like if you take it, you know, any of the cannon pieces, and people have found them there. And I'm thinking, how you go? Like they said, you'll be fined. You can't come here no more. I'm like, this is not even your land to tell people you can't come here no more. I just get upset how America really has the audacity. Where are those indigenous people? Do you know their groups? Do you know where like you can find their people? Do you know how you can give them back that land and give them the freedoms to reclaim that land? Like, y'all over here claiming it went from a Moroccan of indigenous people shoes to a white dad's running sneaker. Child, I just can't. I just cannot. I can't.
I cannot. But you're right though. We just come over here. They just came over here and just took some people's land and came. This land is ours. The hell?
This land is our land. This land is your land. No, it's not. It's really not.
This land was made for you and me. No, bitch. This is my land, girl. This land is not for you. Get the hell on. You'll back the hell up.
And I really feel like indigenous people deserve so much more too. I'm really upset.
Yeah.
I've been upset lately. The way they treat us here, and the way they treat indigenous people. Recently, we had Indigenous Peoples Day because we did not celebrate Columbus Day, right? And then we celebrated Indigenous People Day.
The only Christopher we acknowledge is Wallace.
Is Wallace, period.
It's period. Wallace.
Okay?
Baby. Oh.
But even, we literally look at that day. They still have that day as a holiday. White folks are celebrating and BBQing in the backyard. And I'm like, but he never discovered anything. This is the lies our teachers told us historically. I feel like all of the social, you know how they be changing stuff, you know, and we're a part of that too. Where, you know, on days like Juneteenth, just recently, we got like, you know, where they're changing the Google banners, and they're you know, now giving us the day off, and they're mentioning it now. It's part of programming. We have that black movie area on Netflix that's probably playing the same movies. BET's always playing Soul Plane and things like that. You know, we have those things. What do indigenous people have? I feel like this is their country. What do they have on that day? What do they do on that day? Like, we don't celebrate? I mean, we got a little celebration for us that we fought for. I mean, we cried. They was like, oh, if y'all gonna cry about it, here, like just here, Juneteenth, just take that. Like, just take it. Just long. When indigenous people, what do they have? I see them fighting every day for certain lands to protect them and things like that. And they're fighting, they're having their bodies abused, and just to save a piece of land that America wants to build something on or run oil through or whatever, disrespect something that is so sacred to them. What do they have? What do they have? Not a thing.
Not a damn thing.
I hate it here. I hate it here.
I hate it here. Ooh, Earth is ghetto, child.
I didn't mean to make the Friday show like this, but it's really racist here. I don't care what our leaders of this free world told us. It is racist as hell. America is racist as hell, and you can't tell me or Dwayne and no offense, David, but you will never know. People who are white will never know. You can see, but you cannot fathom. That's why Dwayne was so upset when he saw the fact that, damn, it took for the email to go from just black to all these other marginalized groups getting disrespected for it to get any attention. It's upsetting. It's upsetting.
It really is.
And you guys, people, the others, the clear folks, as even though there's solidarity, you will never know what it feels like to wake up being black or real dark brown every day in this country. It's really exhausting. It's really exhausting.
Mm-hmm. It really is. And y'all will never understand, unfortunately. I don't think they'll ever understand, because here it is. I'm part of the black community, both communities, whatever you community you want to call it. Now I'm just a part of goddamn me being me. I don't give a damn who good community it is. But here it is. Black is always going to be the main thing, because even to this day, I can be gay, trans, whatever it is, and I'm still going to be treated the same way because I'm black.
Mm-hmm. That's all they see.
Because I'm black. That's all they see is I'm black. Even if I'm gay, let's look at it like this. If I'm at work and I feel that I'm being treated some way because I'm black, nothing gonna be done. But if I put in there that I'm gay, oh, okay, we're so sorry. We apologize. We'll do this. We'll give you this day off. It's gonna be a totally different change. But me being black, it don't matter. It don't matter at all.
It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. So I think we could even take this conversation a little further with the case of, I think her name was, correct me if I'm wrong, David, Gabrielle Petite, the woman who was missing, the white woman who was missing.
Oh, Gabrielle Petito.
Yeah. That Petito. And Jelani Day, both missing. Both of them, were missing, and we saw how the media gave us dust when it came to Jelani Day, who was missing for weeks, y'all. And then we saw how with Petito, that was everywhere on every media outlet you can think of. And we even pushed it because we don't want anybody to go missing as people. But we do see the large disparities between how when a black person goes missing, especially, when they're a black man, black woman, how when they go missing, there's nothing. We in the community have to push it on social media. Twitter has been that space for us to call out missing people. When a white girl goes missing, we get a lot. What do we have on that? As far as media. Here we go.
Jelani Day. The 25-year-old was a graduate student at Illinois State University in Bloomington. Shortly after his disappearance, a body was found in a nearby river, but it took police 24 days to identify it as Jelani. And now we're finding out why. And I have to warn you, some of the details you're about to hear are extremely disturbing. So if you want to hit mute for a second, please do, and I will give you a moment. The condition of the body was so bad that the coroner had to use dental records and DNA to positively identify it as Jelani. The Chicago Sun-Times reports that Jelani's family had a second autopsy performed, showing the body didn't have any eyes and was missing teeth. And a celebration of life was held for Jelani this past weekend. There still haven't been any arrests in connection with Jelani's death, and we still haven't gotten any official explanation of what happened.
And I need to know what happened to him. He wouldn't have hurt nobody. Jelani shouldn't have been like that.
It's very sad to see that. It's very sad to see how the coroner's office originally treated his body. It's very sad to see that they found him and did not make the family aware of what was clarity of the situation. What, like, basically we found them. This is what we found, or anything. Weeks. They just had a body. They just had a body there. Weeks without the family being properly notified about what was going on. But with Gabrielle, right? Am I saying her name right? Gabrielle. I want to make sure I give her that respect. Gabrielle Petito. Yeah. With Gabrielle Petito, the young white woman who went traveling with her partner at the time, who went missing. It was so much that we were getting layers of the story. We found out, you guys, and here's privilege. Listen to me and listen to me good. We found out that her partner went home. Police officers did not arrest him as a person of interest. It was regularly at home, regularly in the house. We're talking, this is white privilege just showing itself even in this situation. That poor girl's body's out there somewhere. But they were doing the looking. They were searching. They were putting the work in. Jelani Day, amongst so many other Black faces that we see come across our timelines every day, because we have to do it ourselves. Because the media, officials, police officers, they don't really care when we go missing. A lot of times you may call and say, hey, this person is missing. And they'll say, was there any trouble at home? They'll ask you questions like, I said they was missing. Can you put out a missing persons report? I'm not asking for all this, right? This is why it's important for us to keep pushing. And I know it's going to feel like forever, y'all, damn. But this is why it's important for us to keep pushing and helping ourselves in these spaces, in these places. I know we have our show here, and I don't want to say our little show, but we have our show, honey, here.
Right.
But that helps and, create a space for Black news. And even if it's not Black news, we're going to tie it to something Black. We are, because we want to make sure that we are also part of the conversation and we're never left out. Jelani Day, somebody who, if the media did do more with, maybe in these, especially in these huge platforms, and show him as more than just a Black boy, because when they look at a Black boy, what do they think of? We saw how they did Tamir Rice. They looked at him as a Black man, right? Black man. Jelani Day, Black man. Tamir Rice, 12-year-old, a Black man. Trayvon Martin, right, was looked at as a Black man. That's all America sees. And we know when we have that as a Black man, what they put that to, that's a thug. He probably was on them streets doing whatever. We don't really need to search for him. But everybody deserves to be protected. Everybody deserves to be searched for when they're missing, no matter what color you are. Everybody deserves the same grace, I feel like, especially in times like this. We have too much of our young people who go missing. Yes. And when they're a person of color, that's it. We see people, so much misinformation came out about Jelani because we don't have a certain place to really have that actual news that's correct coming out about our Black missing people. So we had to just try to put pieces together ourselves. The mother had to come out recently and because the funeral happened this past weekend, and people were saying it was almost because he was in a body of water. I think it was like a lake they found him in. And river, yeah. So it caused his organs and things to dissipate and all that stuff. So people were saying there was online. What happened? The conversation shifted over to organs being sold. And that was the rumor for a while. The mother then had to come out with a statement saying, if we're going to put out the information, and I agree with her, if we're going to do that, if we're going to do the work, if we're going to put the information out to make sure that we're putting out the correct information, we got to do it right. She's like, there was nothing about organ selling and things like that. And I love that she put that news out there. But when somebody was saying that in that moment of the funeral, it was reminding them of Emmett Till, and a mother not being able to identify her son because of a system that didn't care about him. And that really hurt my feelings, that all these Black men, Black people will probably never get in this world the same grace. Like this, his body didn't have to decompose that way. He didn't have, the coroner, the people that found him did not have to look at him like just another thug. We'll give the parents information some other time. Right now, let's focus on this white girl who's gone missing. What has happened to her? Let's get the parents the information. Let's put this out on the news. Let's make sure that the world knows what her name was.
Bro, they had Dog the Bounty Hunter looking for old boy behind her.
Yeah.
Like
They really were.
It's crazy. It's crazy how all of this stuff. Go ahead.
Dwayne, take me down real quick.
All right. It's just crazy how all of this stuff just has the same common theme. It's like we are just at the bottom of the totem pole across the board.
Yes.
Like, and it's, I can't help but to say it's partly our fault. Like, I hate to always be the, you know what I mean?
You say that a lot.
Everything back to race, but that's the common theme in all of this. Like and I say it's partly our fault because everybody else rides so hard. We don't do that, man. And it seems like, especially the last couple years, a lot of people are just jumping on the bandwagon because it's the trending topic right now.
Yeah.
Like another black, but there's so many more Jelani days out there. Like it's
no, and it's scary because you could be Jelani Day. I could be Jelani Day. Like there's so many out there. We have to watch our backs every day about what's going on. There's so much time has went by as far as who his prospective perpetrator could have been, who did this. They don't care about our lives here in America. And I know it goes back to us, but I think right now we've taken responsibility on a lot of things. And no matter what we step up to try to build around us to secure ourselves, America almost comes in like they did with Tulsa, Oklahoma, and bombs on everything that we create to protect ourselves.
Yeah.
And that's just the tiring part about it. I don't know. We created Black Lives Matter as a form just to be like, hey, recognize that Black Lives Matter. That turned into a whole nother thing. When others got involved, it turned into something that it's not even about. It's like, let's focus on the focal point that Black Lives Matter. It's sad that we have to create something separate, but America made us separate. And no matter what Black group of people it is, we will still be seen like our lives don't matter. When we go missing, our lives should matter. When we're immigrants, our lives should matter. When we're part of the LGBTQIA+ community, our lives should matter. When we're part of a sports group, we should be more than just boys working. I remember they called them I remember for the football team, Donald Trump was talking to them folks and said, get them boys in line. Them people should be more than just workers for you, like little strong Black men working for these white owners. It should be more than that. Their lives should matter. Like everybody across the board, their lives should matter. It just shouldn't be looked at as what society's created. We have to fight every single day. I feel like it's not. I want to see it in my lifetime. I know there's been some growth from our ancestors and where we are today, but damn it. Like, it's like almost just a snail. It's like snail movement. And if this is progression, the bar, where is it?
I mean, so I look at it like I mean, I'm trying to put this in a way without, like, you know, every other word being a cuss word and getting us canceled on Ben's day off. But like, I mean, we allow so many other people to jump on the bandwagon when it's our issues and shift the focus, the narrative away from what it should be. Like, we're never gonna, like your point about we should be more than just workers, and it's never gonna be that way until we take back our spending power and our you know, take back our wealth, because we spend more than any other group out there. We don't understand the buying power and the power that we have to change things, because, you know, we rather just be the it's the crab in the barrel mentality, man. It's like I gotta be the Flash. I gotta be the one sitting on top, and I'm not gonna bring my people up with me. Like, I don't know. I'm all over the place right now, but it's just
I get what you're saying. We have those groups of people that are like that, and it sucks because it's almost like the ones that come up, they feel like we have to go through the same hardship. I think about this all the time. I feel guilty on my days off where everything is paid for. I ain't got nothing to do. I can chill. I feel so guilty because America has taught me, not only America, this is some societal world norm for people of color, Black folks especially. We got to work 6 jobs at all times. And if a Black person does make it and owns a corporation or something as the head of it, they're going to make you feel like you have to do the same thing to get there, even though you're already there, even though you surpassed all those mountains a little quicker. They're going to feel like you got to do 6 jobs to be there with them. It's a systemic thing. Police officers, we see them when they're in their places, right? When they're Black, they feel like they got to treat everybody else like it's a place of authority, right? They get this opportunity instead of feeling protected. They too join that whole mentality of treating people who live in a certain place or who look like them.
Yeah, because too many times once we reach that plateau and reach the level of getting on the white people level, it's not we're not trying to kick in the door for the rest of us. It's I gotta do X, Y, and Z just to remain fitting in with the powers that be or else they gonna take my wealth. You know what I mean? It's like
No, you're right, and that's to me. That's what I like about Ben. Sometimes I say I always be like, that's him to a fault. But when he gets on, he brings everybody on. That's one thing about Ben. Sometimes I'll be like, you got to bring everybody, Ben, because everybody ain't they not for you. But Ben, he makes sure he's like, listen, you ain't got to. No, it ain't got to be like this. We can find a way where everybody can eat in this particular way. Let's figure it out. He's always been that way. And that's what I love about him. And I always say, when I own something or, I'm going to make sure I'm that way too. If I know somebody just has it, I'm not going to put them through the ringer. I'm not going to haze somebody because they got it easier than me. They're still smart. They're capable. I'm going to make sure they good. Like, that's what we should be doing, especially if we see somebody smarter. We should want the younger people to be better than us, right? We should want that. And a lot of times I just think that there are people in our group of people. Look, and this conversation is only for the family. Family meaning only for the Black folks. There are people in our group of people who are more of crabs in the barrel, who do have that mentality. But it's almost like we are taught to do so. We're taught to, when you make it, you not like the rest of them. You not like them others over there. When you stand in line, you don't look that certain kind of way. You don't speak that certain kind of way. And yes, I love look, I'm a classy bitch. Like, I understand it. I get it, right? But I'm also, a Haitian person and a hood person. It's all in one, right? It doesn't make me any different about what I do. I'm still going to definitely keep fighting the fight for Black folks. It doesn't make it different because somebody else presents it in a different way. But the way society treats it is, if you don't look this kind of way, if you don't talk this kind of certain way, if you don't talk this certain kind of way, you're not like those other people. And I was told that, hey, Rebecca, you dark skin and da-da-da-da, but you're not like them other people. And I used to be a certain kind of way because that's what they told me was right. And I'm like, no, it's not giving that. It's not. And I don't want you guys to treat me like that. The Black women that I was working with in the office, smart, beautiful, strong women, felt like they had to haze me. They had to haze me. We got to do better. That's why we're going to do better. That's why we have these platforms, and that's why we have leadership that sees and understands that it don't take all that. Man, you're good at what you do. So, and this might be going off on a tangent, but like even to the point where like we're being held down so much, even to the point where like, so if you think back to how, and I don't know why this came to my head, but how like why gangs and certain stuff were created when the Bloods and the Crips and gangs like that were first created, it wasn't no like let's go out and shoot up there and just have no beef with everybody. It's we gonna come together and protect the neighborhood, and they end up, the way that they were portrayed and made out to be is what caused this kind of gang culture the way it is now. But it's just like everything that we do. No matter what the intention, no matter what eventually comes of it, it's always portrayed in such a negative light that, man, I get it. Look, Yeah. we all.
It's all right the way you want it, bro.
It's a whole Friday, and we mad. We are black mad people, and we have the right to be upset. Dwayne just went off on 100 different things. I done named about 500 myself.
It's hard not to because everything is so connected. Like it's you could pull one string and it's going and the whole ball.
It's going to clip it to something else. Yep.
Exactly. We literally have been oppressed. We literally are at the bottom of the totem pole in every freaking marginalized group. We are a marginalized people, a part of so many marginalized groups. We don't get no respect. And then we are taught to disrespect ourselves because of they will make this classism thing amongst us. We already ain't got it to begin with. Y'all not funding our schools. Y'all taking away from us every single day, every single chance we get. Y'all telling us we ain't good enough. Right now, there are platforms that are doing the exact same thing that we are doing across social media. But what social media tells us is that because it's white, it's right. And because it's black, it's whack. You guys don't need to be getting paid for your content. No matter how many people are viewing you, we will pull down things that mention things against certain folks because it's a black person saying it. But when a white person does it, it's different. And when a black person has sold their soul to that white corporation or white media, whatever, they gonna get paid to keep their stuff up. We gonna work 6 jobs still fighting for what we want to fight for, just asking for solidarity, just asking for respect, just asking to be able to walk to outside of our house and not be worried that we're going to be shot down by cops, just calling out people. That's all. And we don't get nothing for this. We don't get what we should for this. Even in the workspace, you see how we can just literally go all the way down the line. We just have it hard. And on this Friday, you are right, Dwayne. We should have had it off. It's hard. Today is just that day. It's just like,
because now I'm about to get ready to storm the Capitol. I'm about to have my own goddamn insurrection. They can do it on January 6th. God damn it, I can do it too. Who coming with me? Y'all come on. Let me stop.
Not storm the Capitol, child.
Nah, Bubba, you ain't gonna make it there. You ain't gonna make it. They gonna hear that you just said that, and they gonna be sitting at your door when you go out, when you get ready to leave out. Like, hey, bro.
I'm about to say, I ain't gonna make it out my front goddamn door. Right, exactly. They're gonna be like, hey, so we heard that you said something about the Capitol. No, motherfucker, I wasn't talking about you. I'm talking about the Georgia State Capitol. Stupid.
Listen. You see how we have to laugh at our pain? Do you guys see that? We have to make jokes out of this to just be okay. And I don't mind it. It's funny to us. That's why I said this conversation is for family and only family, because you will never understand. The people on the outside, I know that you see it, but you will never know what it's like to walk in our shoes. It's such a beautiful thing to be a black person. And this country, this world taught us or tried to teach us that it's not a beautiful thing to be a black person. It's still so many things in our world that's very systemic. We have to laugh at our pain just to keep it moving. We have to laugh at our fears just to keep it pushing. Storming the Capitol sounds about right, but we know we ain't, just like Dwayne said, we ain't gonna make it. We ain't gonna
make it nowhere near
the parking lot.
And then it sucks to say, but do y'all really think we would have got how many people they have at the Capitol that day? It was tens of thousands of people out there that day. Well, we gonna get enough black people. We gonna get tens of thousands of black people to go and be like, hey, we going to storm the Capitol next Thursday. Nah, it's not gonna happen. It's not gonna happen. It's not gonna.
We're gonna be dead or in jail. There will be no FBI search or asking for the world to search for us. We will be caught. We will be caught. We will be in jail serving lifetime sentences, or we will be dead. That's it. That's the two line. That's the two. There will be no freedom. There will be nobody asking judges to go off on trips to be back on the fly list. We wouldn't get those opportunities at all. At all. I know. I didn't mean to do that like that. I didn't mean to go that route. I really wanted to come over here and talk about shaking ass and stuff, but it's just not that kind of day. It's just not that kind of day. I am pretty frustrated with a lot that's happening in the world. I really want for peace and justice, but today I chose violence. Today I want white folks to feel white. I really do. I want y'all to see. I want you really to see and understand what we're talking about, which you will never, but I want you to understand, like, there's a lot of things that we go through on our day to day, Black women in health, Black men in the workspace. Like, it's just so much. It's just so much on our day to day. I think we should call the show here, but I don't want to leave you guys like that. I want you guys to take everything that we've said, every single thing that we've said, and really try to understand where we're all coming from and listen to all of our frustration. We have our background frustration. Dwayne, I love his input. I love what he talked about today because it really, like he said, everything tied together. And what do we end with is Black lives don't matter at the end of the day in America. That's our truth that we have to deal with every day. And we have to fight through it and be happy with the lives that we do have. But we don't know if we can be a Jelani Day the next day or a hashtag or George Floyd or Breonna Taylor. Like, we don't know. But we have to find our happy any way we can. But understand that I don't care, y'all. Right now, there's nothing that shows us that Black lives matter. But
hey,
I don't know where to end with that.
Nah, before you end, I just want to echo what you said a little earlier about Ben, man. Shout out to Ben. You too, Rebecca and James, but shout out to Ben because like he and I have had so many conversations about we got to do this ourselves. Like even and y'all know we went through a couple months where it was like, ain't nobody getting no money, but we gotta keep doing this because at the end of the day, who else gonna do it for one, and two, we gotta do it on our own and then bring the people with us. That we've had so many of those conversations. So shout out to Ben, shout out to Rebecca and James. Like y'all, yeah. I enjoy doing this with y'all in the mornings, even though you get on my nerves sometime, Rebecca. And you be staring death rays through my soul. But yeah.
It's me. Listen, I really appreciate that, though. I really do, because you're right. We have come a long way. And one thing that we all have in common is you could have walked off, Dwayne. You could have said, listen, I'm taking a break. I ain't coming back. Like when you went to go make sure that your home was good. But you were like, there's something bigger here. And I'm so happy that you saw that. I'm so happy that Bubba saw that. I'm so happy that I saw that. Because like you said, we went through a long stretch. No money. Okay? No money. No nothing. And I need you guys who are watching to understand when we get on here, that's why I say we do this because we want to. There is an authenticity here. When we say, become patrons, that's because we want to keep working. We want to keep doing the work that's out of our hearts. We want to keep having these stories and conversations with you guys. So grateful to Ben. He has, these side conversations with us all. He didn't have to choose me. Like, he didn't have to see, each and every one of our powers and what we can do when we come together and make it so much better. That, like how you talk about, Dwayne, we got to do it for ourselves, and how if we just work together, we're going to get it right. This is one of those examples right here. Like it or not, our show, our platform is one of those examples.
And we can't forget about our sister Georgia.
Oh yeah, Georgia.
Black press over there. She was doing it way before she ever came on and got with us. But shout out to Georgia too.
Shout out to Georgia and Dr. Carl Mack and everybody that has passed through the show. Our whole squad is. It went through a lot of remixes, but our whole squad has this thing about all of us that is authentic. When we see Georgia's work from the beginning, I admired her for going out there, especially during a pandemic, a mother, a wife, handling business, doing what she needed to do, literally getting shot with rubber bullets. We had, that conversation, being out there doing the protests, hitting those hard stories, us being aligned with that's a big deal. It's like there's this Benjamin Dixon Show platform is so much bigger than I think what you guys who are watching understand.
Yes.
It is huge. Yeah. And it is big.
Hold on, sorry to cut you off, Rebecca, but Mama Gwen, no, we can't forget about David. Like we joke about David all the time, but none of us would be able to get up in the mornings and do this without David. He be putting in so many hours late night. We all sleep. Shout
stand
out
on our ass.
Yeah,
he'd be like, Rebecca, are you like? I feel like he'd be calling me like, Rebecca, you got an attitude today? Right
like,
now, he don't say that.
Rebecca, how you feeling today? Okay,
yeah,
cool.
like that. That's saying you have an attitude today, because I really don't know how I'm supposed to approach this. I don't know, but I was just calling to tell you David has been rocking since like day one.
Oh Jesus!
Where it's hard. It's hard for a white man in this space. It is, but we love him and he knows that, and he gets it. He gets sometimes where some moments are a teaching moment for him, and he listens, and he's, shout out to David, man. Shout out to David.
Yeah.
And we appreciate all of you all watching on the YouTubes, on the Twitters, on the Facebooks, on Act TV. Shout out to Act TV for
Act TV. Yes, sir.
I know we say all the time they didn't think they know what they was getting into, but yeah, shout out to Act TV.
They've taken a chance on us.
Right.
Okay, they took a chance. You ain't gonna be disappointed at all.
Like I said, we are great. We're great. They knew that adding a song would be great, but when you taking a chance on having black faces on your screen for this amount of time,
yeah,
like
3 hours every morning, you never know what you gonna get.
But, I love you guys. You guys are all right. I ain't like y'all all the time, but y'all all right.
Child, right. We ain't like you either. Child, Rebecca, stop.
I feel like the attitudes in the background sometimes be coming through. You talking about my eyes in the screen? I feel like the attitudes in the background be coming like this girl. Hey. She knows she about 25 minutes late trying to get on me about how I'm doing this.
Hey, all I know is Dwayne know because my face show it all.
Yeah, and I'm in a privileged position because I can see everybody's faces, even when y'all not on camera. So when y'all be making the faces like this for real, I keep saying I'm gonna put together a behind the scenes. I'm gonna start recording ISOs and put together a behind the scenes compilation of just you and Bubba's faces backstage because it'd be priceless. You know them clips they be putting together, Tucker Carlson and them. We're going to put together one. It's going to be Rebecca and Bubba behind the scenes.
I have to remember that you can see everything. I don't be noticing, and I just be doing all kinds of digging in my nose. Be like,
oh God!
He be like, "Girl," I'm like, "Oh shit! Damn! Oh damn! Like I know, and I hate that. And you be seeing me roll my eyes. You see me do, and I know I be rolling my eyes at people on this show. So I know.
Dwayne know deep dark secrets because I know my eyes at one point.
You gotta keep those deep dark secrets to yourself.
Yes, Dwayne already knows. Like, let me go ahead and take Bubba down because his face is showing that he is
Bubba,
not feeling it right now.
No, Bubba, whatever you were doing, we heard it. I need you to know. I meant to say that. Like,
yeah,
Bubba,
it took me a second to bring your mic down, so I took you off screen, but I forgot until I heard a little noise in the background, so I had to bring your mic down real quick.
And that wasn't even me. That's the bad part. That's why I shoot the dragon in the chat room talking about I heard you coughing and vomiting in the toilet. Girl, what? No, it wasn't.
What was that? What is happening in your home?
The roommate was in the room, and then I was in the bathroom, so I think he was coughing, and then I was in the bathroom with the door closed. I'm like, wait, what are y'all talking about?
It sounded like you literally was like, take me down. Dwayne, take me down. Ooh. Like that was a relief. And I was so embarrassed. Dwayne was trying to talk to me.
Well, so by that time, Rebecca, me and you were the only ones hearing him. I had muted him to the audience, so it was just us in the background hearing him.
It was killing me, Dwayne. I was like, Lord.
Hey, Roller Dragon, that's a good idea. I might have to do that. We're going to have to create a new Patreon tier for a feed that's only behind the scenes.
Oh, God.
Yeah. I mean,
that would be cool though.
However, we can scared money don't make no money. Okay. You want to see my life? What's up? We can really get into it. You can see how I'm creeping in, and I be on here mad at Dwayne for not putting me on time, rolling my eyes in the background. You'll see it all. You'll see it all. And then Dwayne be like, "Hi, Rebecca. Don't talk to me. Don't talk to me. Give me about 10 minutes, and then we'll go through, and then I'll be happy again." You guys will see how that develops through the morning.
Oh, God. And then David says, I don't know why, but Twitch is yelling that you forgot them.
Oh, yeah, when I was shouting out all the platforms. We can't forget about y'all over there on Twitch either.
No, I really need to get into Twitch because I hear that I have a nice size look. Because it's about me. I have a nice size fan group over there, or support group, I like to say. And they always tell me to get on there. I don't know is Twitch like an app?
Yeah.
You can do an app on the computer. Yeah,
it's really popular in the game streaming community.
Yes.
Okay.
But yeah,
I'm gonna make it. Yeah, I'm gonna create one. But yeah, we got to get on Twitch because they be like, they really show us love on the show too. Not only, we have YouTube. Listen, I need people to know. It's like all of you guys, the hundreds of you guys that watch every morning. I love that it expands because if you look throughout the day, we have over tens of thousands of people who watch us on a daily basis. And I can say that means a lot to me. Back when I used to work at another place, we used to have millions of people by the end of the day that watched little old me who weren't talking about nothing serious except for regurgitating the news. To this community, the tens of thousands of people who actually watch us and have something to say in the conversations that we build. We did that. We did that, y'all. We did that. Like, we created that, and we didn't have to mold ourselves to be anybody other than who we are. And I love that.
I love it.
Yeah.
Ooh, well, that's my time.
Dang.
I'm done with y'all.
We got all serious on Friday. We were supposed to have fun. Ben won't be.
We really were.
We were supposed to have a whole lot of fun today. I'm sorry, y'all.
No, it's okay. I
though.
needed that. I woke up feeling that kind of way. I just told you I went running at the mountain. I couldn't even enjoy it like I usually do because I'm like, this is some racist stuff here. This is racist as hell. Like, this is just, everything is just racist around us. Why am I living this kind of life? It's hard. But anywho, I love that. I love you guys. And hopefully one day we can all sit at a table and actually see each other and I can do my death stare on everybody. I can hug you guys and we can just literally be counting the money that we make and just sharing wealth and how we're creating generational wealth for our community, the people who look like us. So I'm done.
All right. Well, so Bubba,
do we have to?
Yeah, I know I do. Do you have to? Do you want to play?
We don't have to.
We don't really have to go.
I ain't really got nothing to do today. I mean, I do got another job, but I wasn't going to do too much. Hopefully nobody from over there is watching.
We all got other jobs.
We don't have to.
We don't have to, but we're going to. We're going to.
I know.
That's why if you do go to patreon.com/like it or not, you can help us stay a little bit longer, tell you guys a little bit more stories, join you guys into the conversation. You guys can keep us here for the long run, and we'll be all yours.
Bubba, when is the next patron party?
Next Friday. I'm trying to think of a theme. I'm wondering, should we wait and not do it next week, but do it the following week because that's Halloween weekend, and maybe we can do a costume party. So instead of not doing it next week, but do it the week after, so we can do it for Halloween.
How about?
Oh, I like that.
How about do it that next weekend, and I will pop on for a minute with a special surprise for everybody.
Yay! Okay, so there it is. October 29th, next patron party. David's not here, so David, you'll play back the show. October 29th, patron party. Y'all heard it here first.
And patron party is going to be a
costume party.
Halloween party, costume party. It's going to be 70s, or we could just wear whatever we want.
Wear it, whatever you want. Halloween party. Because I'm about to put on the whole Captain America costume.
Rain boots and a thong. That's all you
come on now.
I'm just kidding. I'm kidding.
It's gonna be
kidding.
Magical.
I'll be there. I'll be there. I love you guys. That's all I got. I just love you guys, and I thank you guys for sticking right beside each other. All of us. I love y'all.
I'm stick right beside y'all.
Bye.
And then shout out to B said we need to do an LGBTQIA alphabet month, and I appreciate that, where we can get together and have a historic Kiki. I'm down with that.
I'm still fly.
We gonna make that happen. Yeah, most definitely.
Bye,
love y'all, meet it, y'all.
I could be a hater like you.
Hey man, shout out to everybody. We love y'all. We need it. We will see y'all on Monday. Deuces. Enjoy your weekend. Before we leave, your affirmation for this weekend. I choose to walk a path filled with joy and love. I choose to walk a path filled with joy in love. Y'all go be great, man. Love y'all. Meet y'all Monday.
Now it's my time to run it out. It's my time. It's my time. It's my time to ride it. I'm young. I'm free. Can't nobody take me here and now. It's my time to run it out. It's my time. It's my time. It's my time to ride it out. It's your time. Oh. Cheers to all the haters, 'cause you proved to me